Hey guys, my name is Lilly and today I'm here at the creek and this is my survival knife and I've designed it myself. It's a really robust knife and if I ever should find myself in a survival situation, I certainly wish that I had this knife with me. But what happens if you lose your knife? What happens if you forgot your knife at home? Or what happens if it's getting stolen from you and then you are in the wilderness without a knife? And that would be a really bad situation. So a knife is definitely a game changer, and if you would have one, it might save your life. So let's play this scenario where I don't have a knife with me and where I try to make a knife from stone. And that's what I want to achieve today. I want to make a usable knife from stone. It's not going to be beautiful, but it needs to be somewhat useful. So now let me show you the stones which are in this riverbed. So I collected a couple of the stones here, and as you can see, it's different kinds. So this is a quartz stone, these are other kinds of stones, but they are all not good for flint knapping, neither is this one. So the quality of stone is really bad, and actually I don't have real flintstone in the vicinity. So let me show you what a real flintstone looks like. Okay, so this is the ideal flintstone that you could snap into a really sharp arrowhead or knife blade. And it's really hard. It's, I believe, as hard as quartz, but it's not as brittle. So it keeps the structure and doesn't break off too easily. So this would be the ideal stone for knapping, for making a knife, for making arrowheads. And unfortunately, this stone doesn't exist in Austria. At least in my area, it doesn't exist. So I believe it can be found in northern Germany, in England, but not here in Austria. At least I don't know a spot in Austria where it can be found. So honestly, I don't know what the Stone Age people did. Maybe they traded these stones, and maybe that's how they got the real flint. I will try to knap this stone as well. But first, I will start with the stones that are to be found in this riverbed. And yeah, it's not going to be easy. Flint knapping is a skill that you need a lot of time if you want to learn it. And before I try and knap the stone here, I also want to show you my safety equipment. So I have a couple of leather gloves here. I have a first aid kit, and I also have goggles so that I don't get a stone in the eye. And then I have this here, which is my FFP3 dust mask. And you might think that this is an overkill, but let me show you this here. This is the Ultimate Guide to Wilderness Living. It's a book which focuses on primitive skills. And here's what it says about flint knapping. Safety precautions. Don't breathe the dust. Every time that you remove a flake from the stone, you'll create dust. Once it's in the lungs, it cuts and creates scar tissue that will be there forever. It doesn't go away like when you quit smoking. Those tiny razor blades do some serious cutting. And the resulting scar tissue will eventually kill you if you breathe enough of the dust over long enough time. So yeah, I'm doing this outside and I'm wearing the best mask that I have. Okay, now I will try and knap the first stone. I will start with this one. Maybe I can make a big handheld axe or something out of this. It already has the first edge here. Ooh! So this is not a good stone. I think it was too thick and I couldn't make it into a good knife or even an axe. So it was too thick to start with. I've got a little bit of a blade going on, but it's not very sharp, and also the stone is too brittle because it contains quartz. Quartz is not good. This is another quartz stone, but as you can see, it's not sharp at all. And the flakes just don't travel enough. It's too brittle. Not good. Look what I found. This one is pretty thin. Looks like a spearhead already. And it has this really light sound. Oh, this is the first time that a stone is somewhat a little bit sharp, but it broke easily, too easily. This one looks promising, but it's too flaky and too brittle. You can break it off with your hand. So this one is not good either. So this one is the first stone which is a little bit flint knappable. See that? This stone has potential. Okay, let's check my work for a moment. Oh gosh. This one was the first one I tried, and it was a little bit flint knappable, but it was too thick, so didn't create a sharp edge. This one was too brittle. You can break it off with your hand. It has somewhat of a sharp edge. Yeah. This one is too brittle. Quartz doesn't work. Well, I have a sharp edge here, but I don't know if that will cut. Yeah. So basically, this one and this one are the same, and this one as well. So they are a little bit flint knappable, but the flake doesn't travel far, unfortunately. So this is what I got. It's not really sharp of an edge. So we are far away from a razor sharp edge here. These are too brittle. It's the same as this one. This one is too brittle as well. I think it's called Schiefer in German. Yeah, it's not nappable really. I think this is a limestone, but I'm not sure. I don't know. Let's try to flake off something here. These ones look a little bit like arrowheads, but they are tiny. This one is not too bad. But it's super brittle, so I don't think it will hold for a long time. Okay. This is not too bad. That's cutting. Alrighty, I think I produced my first real edge, which is right here. It feels sharp, and I serrated it a little bit. Honestly, I don't dare to flake the other side as well, because I think it will break. Okay, so I can scratch the wood, which is a good thing, and it would take forever to cut the branch through, but that's okay. So I think we have a workable blade here, and I think you can also cut open skin of animals like hare and pheasant. Now I want to try and see if I can nap this a little bit more, but I know that I risk breaking it. I think I made it worse. Okay, now it's time to try the real flint. Yeah, this blade cuts much better than the other one. So you can definitely make a notch for a bow drill with the stone. So with this small knife I can make small notches which you need for the bow drill. and I've made a couple of serrations so that it cuts like a saw. Yeah, that's it. Alright, my friends, so if you ever should find yourself in a survival situation and you don't have a knife with you, it's going to be really difficult. And even if you have a good flintstone in your area, even then it's hard to create a knife, because if you don't have the skill, it's really hard to learn. And today was my first time, and it takes weeks to learn the skill here. I think I would have a real problem if I was stuck here with these stones. This was the only one which was a little bit flint knappable, but still it was not giving me a very good edge. So it would take forever to make yourself a bow drill kit with this stone here. So having a good knife with you is a life insurance, and I would definitely pack one no matter where you go, in your EDC pack, camping, rucksack, bug out bag. A knife is a lifesaver. And if you are interested in this knife here, make sure that you're checking my website. The links are in the description below. Alright, so this is it, and I think some people have some kind of romantic illusion or dreams about survival, but if you only have this in a survival situation, it's going to be really, really hard. It's already going to be very hard with a knife. And without a knife, your survival chances will sink quite a lot, I believe. So yeah, nonetheless, I learned a lot today, and it's a pretty interesting skill that you can learn, and I'm still a beginner, so I want to train this now more regularly, and maybe one day I can flint knap an arrowhead. That would be really awesome. So I want to thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned till next time.